Oh god, it's so hot.
Yeah, we're actually in autumn here in Australia now, so it's not even as hot as it can get.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowhere near.
It was, oh man, I just went on a wine tour weekend and it was just outside.
Nothing but wine the entire time.
Wine and sun, and oh my god, it just makes you so lethargic. It hasn't worn off yet, that's the problem. Drank a lot though, that was good.
I don't like wine. It's
Can you beat my Pokemon?
Power, he said power.
Point and
Different, well you just said,
point and case.
You just read P, and that's it.
He just wants me to beat something of his. I don't know. Whatever. Brian Blessed. If Brian Blessed told me to do something, he's so confident the way he says everything.
Yeah. You're coming home with me! Alright.
I'm going to ball gag you now! Well, I mean...
Alright, Mr. Blessed.
Couldn't happen to a more better person. That's terrible. Oh, dear. Oh, can you not earthquake my monkey?
Spanky.
Ah, you killed it.
You killed his Spanky.
You killed me! Rockman can tickle him past those last few pixels.
Self-destruct.
Fuck off! Why are you here telling me to self-destruct my Pokemon? Why do I have self-destruct?
I don't know. It's a defense mechanism.
Is Hiker Dudley. Just balls are sore. Balls are sore all over this motherfucker.
I've never met a Dudley.
Okay, that's neither have I.
Yeah, good.
To what end?
Yeah, here's a question. I
Okay.
started looking at that thing now.
Okay, the conversation. Let's do this. Come on, we can do that. We can bring this Let's Play back.
I grew up watching Looney Tunes and reading Tintin.
Excellent. Good. You had a good childhood.
Yes. In that cartoon, oh hello, I haven't seen one for a while. In those, they often got into quicksand, and there'd be all the scary music would happen. They'd try and get out of the quicksand, and it was a big. And they'd go anywhere, like go to a jungle, you'd find quicksand. Go to the desert, quicksand. I grew up thinking quicksand would play a much bigger part of my life. Like they're always getting into quicksand. I'm like, fuck, I gotta look out for this shit. I've never seen it. I've seen quicksand.
I don't think we have quicksand in Australia.
Is it a thing that exists at all?
Yeah, it's a sand with a certain consistency, and if it
Princess Bride, same deal. I saw it in that. Or was that like a swamp or something?
that is genuinely terrifying though to think that you could die like that.
Oh yeah.
To drown in physical sand. That actually is terrifying.
But that's the thing. When I was a baby Matt, I used to go, oh, quicksand. I better watch out for that shit. I've never come across it.
Well, we live in the eastern suburbs of Melbourne. I don't think it's going to happen.
It seemed to happen on every second episode of Tintin or Looney Tunes.
But he would go out of his way to go to really dumb places.
That's true.
Like
the moon once.
Like France. No, I've got nothing against France. Actually, France is awesome. I know you don't think so. I do.
I like parts of France.
What parts?
Mine was coloured. I went on September 12th, 2001.
Oh.
So my experience of France has been.
Oh, that's why you don't like it? Ah, dude, it's awesome.
That's part of the reason I like it.
I've been to Paris and I've been south of France. Both lovely places.
I want to go to the south of France. I've been to Paris. I found a nice bakery and they had a pepito, and it was like a pain au chocolat but with passion fruit butter. Cannot find it anywhere else. In the comments, if you can find out where I can get a pepito, tell me. I want one. The comments is just like me being too lazy for Google.
But nobody answers your questions.
They should.
If
If you answer my questions, answer in the comments. I've done it. I finally done it.
Matt
I've broken him.
Matt wants a Pepito.
Yes.
Oh, no! Fuck you. I'm getting so lazy now. I'm not switching out Pokemon anymore. I have no more PP to play Pokemon. Oh, for God's sakes, do you have any other Pokemon? Give me level 20. To what end, sir? To what end, I say? Oh, God, this is so interesting. Hi, guys. Can you just get leeched?
Why?
Because then I get some health back and I can't one-shot it because it's... Actually, maybe I can one-shot it. I actually don't know. Growl. Oh, growl.
Okay, now you can't one-shot it.
I'm a Pokemaniac. That's what they do.
That was me farting by Chopin.
I would listen to me farting by Chopin. If Chopin thought it was worth writing down, it must be good. Chopin was a fine man.
I reckon John Cage would have done it.
Me farting.
Yeah. Me farting by John Cage.
Oh, fantastic. I had Repel on.
You did?
I was still hitting Pokemon though.
Yeah, higher level ones.
Oh, what? You don't just...
There's super repel and shit like that.
Fuck that, man. Oh, but why are they children?
Eek, don't try anything funny in the dark.
Physical jokes don't work when you're recording audio, Matthew.
Jokes?
I've got no energy. Can you use a grass attack and not hurt my Chiding? That'd be super.
What is a Chiding?
It's a Farfetch'd.
Oh, but what is Chiding? What the hell does it mean?
It's like a cash
The noise
register.
that comes
Chiding.
out?
It's meant to have a name like Farfetch'd. We covered this with Juzzy, dude.
Yeah, but do we look it up?
Cash register, like Farfetch'd. It's meant to have like that little
Farfetch'd
conversation.
is not the sound of a,
But it has the same kind of inflection in the name. That's the point. That's the joke.
if you Google it, it comes up with the oddly named bird.
Oh, okay. I got a Clefairy here. Ah, shit.
Oh, wow, okay. Third comment. Chiding sounds like a cash register sound to me.
Yeah. Well, I just assume that's what it was. Is that not a thing?
I don't know.
Wonder if Dark's gonna get normal. Might be.
Give it a shot.
Well, if it doesn't get killed by the Fury attack first. Pow! Oh, that was super, that was. Knock off. No.
It wasn't good.
That's, oh, it's slapping me about. Right in the ball sack.
Isn't Dark weak to Dark, so shouldn't be good against Pokemon? Oh, not Pokemon. Ghosts?
I don't know if the ghosts in this are dark. One more? Thank you. I don't know.
They must be though if you get a Dark.
They've added types. That's not necessarily true. Remember, this was just a bit of an aside to Ruby and Sapphire. This was like a little bonus game they gave us. So it doesn't necessarily mean they don't have Steelix and stuff in this game.
No.
You know, even though that the Steelix would evolve. Matt, can you do all the talking?
Okay.
I'm not kidding. Just do all the talking from now on.
Take 3 onions, chop them up finely lengthways. You have to remove the skin before you chop the edges, because otherwise the onions don't spill out correctly. Use a wooden board. Some people like to use glass because it doesn't keep the bacteria on there, but I prefer to use a wooden one. You get a nice proper clunk. If you've got pets, make sure you clean up after yourself. Pets cannot have the onions. You then put the onions in a frying pan and you fry them up nice and golden. Then while that's cooking up, while that's frying up, you take some hamburger meat. Now you have to mix the hamburger meat with some chilies. I like to use garlic as well. Garlic's a really good choice. You get lots of that and mix it in there. A nice time just now to think about the sort of bun you're going to use. I would use maybe a brioche bun. If you can't make one, you use less sugar than you expect for a brioche bun. You must do that. People think, oh, it's a brioche, I must use more sugar. Don't do that, because it's meant to be more of a dry, airy sort of bun. You get this sort of nice finish on the outside. That's where the sugar goes to, is sort of the shiny filter on the outside. Now you can keep that off to the side. Some people like to toast the inside of it. The best way to do it is on the frying pan when you're done, or beforehand, because then you don't get the outside of it all mixed up as well. Okay, so you've got the onions. Move the onions to the side and start to cook some of the burger. Okay, now if you flip it too many times, it doesn't seal in all the meat. You sort of waste it and it gets all grey all through it. You want the inside to be pink and the outside to be dark. So you're going to cook those. Cook one side. Just resist the urge to flip it over. If it starts to puff up in the middle, and it will, push it back down. So what are you looking at me for?
No, I'm listening. I'm being a keen listener.
Okay, so you flip over the patty and push it down that way. So you have to wait. By now the onions are nicely caramelized. You can take them off, put them on maybe a low bowl or a plate with some paper towels to get some of the oil off, so that's fantastic there. Now at this stage you can start thinking about the cheese. Now I like to use brie, which is an odd choice, but I like the brie. Otherwise, if you haven't got brie, use some chunks of parmesan, better than the sprinkle stuff. Chunks of it is good. Put that onto the patty that you've just turned over, so it melts into the patty. You've now got pretty much the makings of the entire burger. Now you got to choose your sauce, because this is more of a gourmet meal. You're not going to use Heinz ketchup, which you shouldn't anyway. Use a sort of a mixture of maybe a garlic aioli and a tomato sort of relish, maybe a tomato jam. Spread that either on top or the bottom, it doesn't matter which way, but one should be on top, one should be on the bottom. Put that in there, add some fresh lettuce and some tomato. The Russian black tomatoes would be fantastic here, but do not, iceberg lettuce is probably a waste, so use something a little more of a flavour. None of that sort of the red lettuce, because that stuff's got that sort of weird aftertaste. Don't use that, but anything else will be fine. You've then got the makings of the entire burger. Yeah. Turn off the stove.
I'm not entirely sure why you just tell people how to make a burger.
I like burgers.